standoff. Look at this.
Oh no. This is not safe. HellRaisers will start off on CT. Now they need to redeem themselves, James. Because I think they're definitely going to feel like they lost the matches rather than LGB won them. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Because
LGB with 2 stand-ins.
Yeah, LGB with 2 stand-ins. Definitely HellRaisers on paper should feel like they are the stronger team. And they have been making a lot of mistakes. That they've been, or rather, they've been putting themselves in rounds where they have bigger advantages, but then misplaying them. So this has happened consistently throughout most of the maps. HellRaisers have, I think we worked it out. Oh, Reese worked it out. He's saying that HellRaisers played the best of 3 before this. They went to 3 maps. They have this best of 5, and then after this, they have also another best of 3. Of course, we will be casting that. So they'll play up to 11 maps in a row today, which is kind of nuts, actually. That's essentially like 11 hours of playing, James.
It is pretty nuts. So, fast presence towards the apps. Are we going to see the choo-choo train through the balcony? It seems so. They've been afforded a lot of map control. Here comes the push. And the HellRaisers got somebody in pit, somebody in grave, somebody in arch. That's pit down. It's down to the others with the rotation from B, but that's going to be all too late because everyone is already dead at the cost of no one. Angel going to get the first frag onto Jake. Dosia is still a bit far behind. Angel, he spotted one person there. Ooh, he's going to get dinked himself.
Yeah, he's pretty much dead at this point. Dosia is the only hope. The last chance of survival. Does find Polly, shoots him in the back. More heads to find, does take another one. Angel finally will die. Angel did a good job there. He did his job to actually just survive and provide distraction so that Dosia could get some kills, and he got a couple, but they will have to eco, or, well, I guess they could force buy as well. Now, this is an interesting choice. I think there are some teams which you just don't want to do a force buy against in a situation like this, because, for example, NIP have like some rounds where there is literally nothing you can do against them with pistol armor. There's nothing you can do. And you need so many grenades to play your proper CT round, and HellRaisers are a team that do love to go deep banana control, so you need the smokes and the incendiaries, which is $900 just for those two. So, indeed, they are investing in this round, which means that they will be lighter on grenades when they do go for the buy. And there will be no incendiaries, James. None. No fire for them.
Oh, smoke tricks coming out from the CTs, but it will not engage the death. It will not mean a death. Polly gonna spray with the Mac-10, but nothing to find there. So LGB not committed to B at the moment. They've still got 55 seconds left on the clock. They don't have super advanced positions towards mid. And I think it's Mo who's in the bedroom area of the apps, but they're starting to head back up to mid, leaving sentries over. Where is that Polly? I think it's Polly, yeah. Polly over towards the site with the Mac-10, so should he lose that, doesn't really matter that much. It's a nice pop flash, and he will continue to spray down. He's got lots of bullets to play with, and he's kept 3 CTs over there, although surely they realize on it, there's only one person there, and the game might be up, but they're still not rotating just yet. Only now is Angel heading over towards the A site with a rotation from the other 2 players down banana.
We're going to take down Polly, be able to pick his weapon up, but in sails the nade. Ooh, almost finding its mark. kUcheR though with the banana gun. The monkey business up in the balcony, picking off sentries, able to pick up the weapon as well, but the bomb will explode eventually. They are just playing the exits and picking up what they can. But so far, LGB, they're just going to be content with winning rounds. RUBINO going to be able to save, or rather survive in the site itself. Finds a barrel of a gun and gives a position away. This will fall as well. So good damage done here. Actually, HellRaisers is keeping it alive. 4 armors and the AK. That's actually kind of rare that you see that. That's that much success on a round like that.
They could have potentially picked up a second AK as well. You saw Mo was just in the apps there, but I think he didn't want to risk losing his pistol and armor to try and pick up the AK. So they will continue with 1. Small investment made. Smoke from kUcheR. Mo will be carrying 1 as well. So this round will essentially be a repeat of the previous, but with more firepower. Again, LGB heading up to B early. Fortunately for them, there will be no pop flashes from the CT side, and they are just going to creep in. Crab walking with a P90. That will do the trick at least for one. Trade coming in onto Angel, he takes down Jake. And the remaining 3 players will rotate. We'll have to keep an eye on what kUcheR decides to do, as he is carrying the AK. And in fact, it looks like 2 of the 3 players have Kevlar with helmets.
Yeah, they should save this, actually. That's actually amazing. If you can... I don't think I've seen that happen recently, or at all, that they actually save, you know, up to 2 armors from the first pistol armor forced by...
AdreN doesn't have armor, however, so he's going to hold down the exit frag routes on Banana. But all the T's are headed through CC spawn. And
this is actually really, really good to try to kill the kUcheR and Mo here, because they have so much cash, they're not going to have to worry about buying armor next round. That means so many more nades. Really important. So let's see how they spend their monies. You're going to have the kUcheR can drop the AK if he really wants to, and that will allow a teammate to buy a lot of grenades. And he's going to drop it to Dosia. So now Dosia can get full armor, nades, incendiaries. So Dosia and kUcheR have the incendiaries. So you would expect them to be the ones on the B side of the map here. Well, they go for the deep banana play. They have all the smokes, so they've managed to create a situation where they have all the nades. That's really, really good. In goes the first nade there. No incendiaries, however. They are playing passively for now.
Okay, so we're going to have the pop flashes thrown from bottom mid to allow the LGB side to peek. Arch, it's going to be Polly taking down Mo as well. So that is a monster amount of map control for LGB. And they're going to be looking for the wrap. Angel's going to be looking for Polly. Angel will find, but that's going to leave only 1 person on the B bomb site. He's going to get taken down with a Mac 10 of all things. Flames at the front of the site as well, and the bomb should be planted firmly on that grill. 1-man advantage now for the LGB side as the remaining 2 players from HellRaisers come through from CT spawn.
Yeah, AdreN is going to spot himself into construction positioning. In fact, no, he's going to back away entirely. Just going to go for the save again. So HellRaisers on the save. LGB with another good round with a B take. And HellRaisers have to save now. They have to go for a full eco. One approach is just stick kUcheR and AdreN on the B bomb site, for example, and just well, if they go B, then they go B, and you try to kill them. If they go A, you just save the weapons again into the next round, and then you drop them for your teammates, so everyone can have loads of nades and everything like that. So, might see that.
Let's not forget.
Oh, they're going to go for the force.
How significant this lead is from LGB. 4 of 4 on the T side of Inferno. Starting on the less favoured side in the deciding map of a best of 5 is massive.
I guess I misread the money, because with the drops of the weapons after the weapons were saved, they had enough money to buy full nades, so I completely misread that. I'm dumb, James.
Okay, so it's yet another round where LGB are just putting bodies up Banana. Is this their anti-eco play? Are they expecting? I mean, RUBINO is still rocking the Mac 10. However, that that M4 should be a warning sign. And RUBINO getting another frag with the Mac 10 onto Angel.
Yeah, it's very possible they actually misread the buy from LGB. As you normally would expect that would happen, but they got so much money saved by saving those 2 weapons after the forced buy on the second round that actually they could make this happen.
That's a nice boost.
Let's see if they can bring this together. They could actually win this round here. They've got 4 players left alive. The bomb is ticking away. This kit's on 3 of the players. 2 now as AdreN and Dosia chime in for a frag apiece. Just Polly left with the AWP by Banana. Takes the first shot, gives away his position. They have to go for the defuse really, really quickly here. Someone's got to get on it and stick to it. And it's going to be a perfect smoke there and just enough time to defuse the bomb. Really well done by HellRaisers. And I think, you know, that LGB did misread that, because I mean, I misread it for the same reason. Normally, you would see the eco there, but I think everyone forgot that they saved the 2 weapons like much earlier on and did that twice. So in reality, they saved 4 weapons and they had that extra amount of money so that they could bring it into a buy and full nades again. So yeah, sneaky stuff. Sneaky stuff. Bomb did go down for LGB though, which means a full buy again. And we have a very passive setup from HellRaisers. It'll probably be a while till they start getting confidence to start taking Banana, until they have like a buffer of money first. I think that's probably when we'll start seeing them do it. But they need to create that buffer first. So they must win this round and keep it going. But LGB looking for those picks now from Apartments, and NA Take in general are going to be charging into the bomb site now.
Okay, so kUcheR getting the first frag. That's the bomb, which means a full rotation from the B bomb site. But can they get there fast enough? Trades coming in all over the map. It's a 1-man advantage so far for the T side, but Mo's kind of stuck on the site with a AWP, he won't find the angle on Polly fast enough. And while all that happened, Angel and Dosia are very close indeed. That smoke disappearing towards the arch area, which means that the pressure can begin from the CT side. Angel with the molly, they're going to run distraction while Dosia comes through on quad. But can he find anyone? We've got one balcony, that's Zevez, and Polly on the sites with Diop moving into the pit now. And he will find the angle onto Angel as Dosia evens things out. And he's just got to bait this shot out from Polly. Doesn't know that he's in quad. He's going to snap his head off. And he will find the defuse. That's another round in the bag for HellRaisers at the cost of everyone else on the side.
The really interesting thing there is that Polly, I think there's actually some options there for Polly to back away to quad actually. Actually, was it planted inside the site? Or was it an apartments plant? I didn't notice actually.
I do not recall.
Okay, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that was a really awesome play there by it was Dosia, right?
Yeah, Dosia was the last man.
I feel like I've got memory problems, James.
Where am I?
Early onset Alzheimer's.
What year is this? Who's the president?
Well, HellRaisers, we see that they have another buy, of course, after taking that round, but it's starting to get strained as they are taking heavy losses each time.
Nade. Mo, where's your health?
That is a nasty nade indeed. He's actually still hanging around there. They got 3 players for the trades.
And that nade was exquisite. It had a bow on it. It was pretty as peach. And Mo enacts sweet revenge.
Really nice stuff there by HellRaisers. Didn't anticipate the AWP to be there, most likely. And indeed, it will be the advantage HellRaisers now. They got Angel by sandbags. Teammate can flash him in, but the flash did not work out there. And it's going to be an even situation on the players. 3 players here for HellRaisers on A, though. Will LGB double back into A? They don't have anybody in apartments, so it's unlikely, as they don't have enough info as to what's going on there. So it's going to have to be up to Dosia to actually hold on to this and delay his opponents. He needs to survive here and keep some positioning for the retake.
Okay, so they've got the wall of smokes in the front of the site, and they're going to go for the plant on the grill rather than in front of the fountain. They're managing to just about do it. Dosia not getting that frag fast enough, but he is still going to be on the site, and he is probably trying to find... No, he's not. He's going for some frags here. There are many defuse kits to be found, and he will find a frag onto Centres. And now this is a very difficult situation for LGB because there's multiple directions. They need to find frags in, but Rubino's gone through the smoke, and he's going to take out the entire remaining team after the first frag from Jake. Great smoke play there for LGB to take it. But they were lucky. They were very lucky to even get the plant in the first place.
Yeah.
Because there are so many places you can plant when you get that wall of smokes. A common one is the front of the fountain, but they went for the plant on the grill, which makes it easier for them to defend the bomb from Banana, especially if they're not taking the site itself. But again, that could if Dosia found that frag onto Zevez, then who knows what happens.
James, when bombs are going down in smoke, it never goes the way of HellRaisers. You should have learned this by now.
3-round advantage for LGB, and HellRaisers' economy is broken. This is not looking good for the HellRaisers side.
No.
If they cannot execute on the T side, they're going to lose.
Yeah, it's certainly looking quite troublesome indeed. They had so many good opportunities there, despite losing rounds with a few players, not enough players left alive. They were winning them and making them look pretty good, despite that fact. And that should have been around for HellRaisers. Absolutely, it's kind of crazy that LGB did so well there. Like, props to them for that. And so we have a 3-man setup on quad here. So HellRaisers very well geared up to take any place that would push through quad to A, but it's going to be the B play. Once again, we have the. It seems like LGB take every anti-eco in this fashion. And that seems to be the first round that HellRaisers won, is that the unexpected buy receiving the anti-eco strategy that wasn't tailored or designed to deal with rifles. That's how they won their first round. And now they are looking at the save and looking forward to better things when they will have the money.
Look at this angle.
To purchase
Look
rifles.
at the shadow. Centris has the peak advantage because of the direction of the shadows there. Should the HellRaisers guys want to go for the peak, so he knew the first guy was coming, then pop flashes himself in. Well, he gets a pop flash in from a teammate to allow him to finish off the second. 6-2.
Full fammers, not a lot of nades. Would expect maybe an aggressive approach here from HellRaisers, maybe just a slight aggression somewhere. What could be really good is trying to trade on Banana. Something like this could work out. It's a bit gambly, but you are playing with a disadvantage. other way to do it is to try to take sneaky positions and to try to stack small areas. We're seeing that over by the quad area. We've got the stack on the quad roof, and we do have a player who can also lend a hand by balcony. So they are going to combine firepower with those FAMAS. Try to make it happen here. Great flick there from Polly. Spots the next one as well.
Wow.
And that is going to be the defense of Ace. Shut down. There's one more player by balcony. kUcheR drops into pit after picking up a kill. Gets sprayed down though by sentries, and the bomb should soon follow as Angel makes his way in on the flank. And you have a nasty angle here from jkaem. Angel might move in with a bit of confidence here, but he gets the shot of jkaem. Absolutely ridiculous round here so far by Angel, picking up those 2 kills. Could swap out for an AK as well, but he's going to keep moving forwards, keep pressing through the fire. Gets taken down to 10 HP, whilst Ruben gets to put the finishing bullet in there. But 7-2 now as HellRaisers forced to another eco. LGB looking to wipe the floor with them clean, and it's going to be a very, very salty result for HellRaisers should they lose to LGB with 2 stand-ins. Exactly.
2 stand-ins.
Yeah, despite them being probably, well, they've all been in past lineups of LGB and they've all played together before, but still they're having to resort to more mixy stuff rather than as many executes as you'd normally expect. We have seen some good ones from them, which does indicate their prior experience playing together, but still kUcheR with a drive-by there, forced out by the molly, and he gets one though, but spots the second. Bomb not being spotted so far for HellRaisers, so they don't know 100% what's going on and can consider this just as a map control play. As the bomb is going to be picked up by RUBINO. Where will he take it? They don't have anyone up banana right now, so you would imagine that with a minute left, they might start to want to work on banana control. And indeed, Polly will be looking for a spot there.
It's about identifying where these HellRaisers players have these little pea shooters, as together they can provide danger. LGB moving as a unit towards Arch, as one player will keep a rotation from banana, keep the LGB options open to the team. Man advantage now, smoke's coming in to deny pit, but that's going to be pockets of vision for Dosia, enough for him to find a frag. Now the bomb planter has been isolated on the site itself. AdreN's got vision over that, but there is a player on quad for LGB to make things a little bit more difficult. And the rotation from banana has come in from LGB as well. They've got all 3 players on the site. They're doing some work at a cost of 91 HP. But with no kit on the CT side, all they can do now is damage.
And so that's barely able to avoid being taken out there. We have Angel with the D trying to cause havoc, but it will be him to get taken down, and it's going to be 8-2. LGB, they're looking to just... They're going to go to double figures very, very soon here. HellRaisers have another buy-in. Full money for all the nades, so we're going to see the M4s, we're going to see the incendiaries. We have yet to see the play down banana. We've seen triple man play on banana, but it's been defensive so far. We have not seen banana control, and that's something that HellRaisers are quite good at doing. They have the setups, they've had the rehearsal on it, and they're going to go for it this time. So it's good to see that. We've got deep soak, we've got the incendiaries to clean it out. We'll have them pushing down with the 3rd player as well, potentially here. They should be pushing down about now. There it is. Starting to make their move down, but we have the counterplay, the boost on the plant pop. But this is so expected these days that it can be quite telegraphed, and players usually look for the frag, but it's going to be successful this time. jkaem, sorry, actually able to make the frag happen. So now HellRaisers definitely need to rotate the extra banana man back. But what is going to be the play here? I'm not sure if the guy that died had the extra smoke that they would have needed to hold banana down. They might have to cancel this play. If that's not the case, we would just see another smoke get dropped here. So going to be, unless they push through the smoke, it's going to be around 40 seconds on the clock, 35 to 40 seconds until they can actually push banana again. They may be looking to do that, actually. Especially with the knowledge that they have taken one man down already. And we have now the smoke dissipated. jkaem looking for that push or the pick. Looking for the trade as well. Going to be peeking in, the distraction coming in. Nice angles taken here by LGB to pick up all the kills. They're going to wrap into the B-bomb site, and it's just kUcheR left over, and all he can do here is save. There is nothing else for him to do. It's not going to happen for him to actually go for the play, and he gets hunted down and destroyed. HellRaisers seem to be falling apart at the seams at the moment, unable to make anything happen on their buy rounds, and even with their D-banana play, they're still getting taken advantage of by the Norwegians. So, up on Polly, full FAMAS again, lack of grenades. We're going to have a 3-man play into Banana, but they don't have the nades to really play with. Just a couple flashes. No incendiaries to force LGB out of troublesome picking positions. So, gonna have to play it relatively defensively.
With such an unsuccessful CT side so far, bearing in mind they have another best of 3 following this best of 5, you have to wonder what effect this will have going forward. Again, match is not over yet, but 2 rounds out of 11 on the CT side of Inferno. Not what was planned, that's for sure. Great snap by Polly to stop Angel in his tracks. Weaken the B bomb sites as well. You saw HellRaisers were setting up for some pop flashes over towards B, but to no avail as LGB are still holding extremely passive positions with around 45 seconds on the clock here.
Indeed, it's going to be AdreN to pop flash in. It's 40 seconds, so it's a good timing to do that to get the spot into the info. He saw nothing with the peak, so he is presuming that, okay, we need to reinforce B here. Could very well be B. And indeed, they're going to fake into B here. Dosia going to go in. Just crouching in front of them, sprays him down, but spots no one else. kUcheR's going to hit the running now. And the play is going to come into his hands. Full spray down. And finally, a clean round from HellRaisers, but they have a long road ahead of them and many buys to contend with. Even the 9-6 at this point is still going to be very, very scary. Very scary indeed.
Yeah, but they're not there yet. LGB will want to stop them every step of the way here. So that's a smoke that will bounce off the back wall of top mid to give a clean smoke to stop any peek from the CT, to deny them information, to allow LGB to simply walk up mid because of those smokes. So again, we've got an early 3-man B hold here from HellRaisers with the somewhat rudimentary pop flashes coming in, and those nice ones behind the log barrels as well. Trades, Angel taking down Jake and losing to Polly in return. And, that smoke may slow down the pace on Banana. Meanwhile, LGB still have a spread of 3 players across mid to second mid to apps, where they're just waiting in case of any aggression from HellRaisers.
Okay, flash over there for Banana, and LGB consider their options. With 50 seconds left, there are a multitude of options, but the lack of map control is going to be problematic. Sentry is trying to get himself up towards Arch here to play the rotating, sorry, the rotator killer, the lurker, if you will, and indeed he's looking for that, continuing to provide pressures to try to deter a preemptive rotate from HellRaisers to help out the B side of the map, and he can even wrap around here. This is a very dangerous position. He's by Arch already, and now the push comes in. If they can just get themselves in the bomb site, it'll be fantastic, but they get completely shut down. HellRaisers with a very strong defense, but it can't help but feel a little bit bittersweet at this point, considering that they are up against so many rounds already of LGB. They need to keep this going, and we're going to see a full buy from them. All the money spent to restock as LGB force out one more buy.
Okay, into the last 2 rounds now, and again, LGB slow to emerge down Banana, so they will avoid all of those nades of HellRaisers. HellRaisers holding semi-aggressive angles where they can still easily retreat, and retreat they will. So the slow round begins once again, as is the nature of Inferno. Just creeping here from LGB, waiting for HellRaisers to expend their nades, waiting to see if they push aggressively in apps or otherwise. So HellRaisers will wait. See those passive positions they have. Not contesting top of mid.
Nades sailing over the top of the roofs of Inferno as they look to make their way into middle. There is 40 seconds left, no control of Banana. You expect this to be a completely committed play. The smoke's down for the truck and the pit. AdreN has to look over the smoke here, jumps into Graveyard. They have not expected or anticipated such a movement, and it's going to be the grace of AdreN. And kUcheR dropping down from balcony that will cut short this push onto the site. Seves just lop off the head of AdreN there, but going to get a sneaky second kill, but that's it. Bit of extra damage done, but we're going to go into the last round here, where HellRaisers could potentially pick up the 6th. And they've done well to come back this far, because It looks so hopeless in previous rounds, and we might see the banana play here, or potentially due to the fact that Mo has a AWP, might just see him try to pick from there. Where is he going to go? He's actually going towards mid, so he's going to take a defensive angle on mid. Not even peeking. I believe that was a T smoke grenade as well. So I will deny any info down middle for HellRaisers or any picking opportunities. Everyone's on banana right now here for LGB. Are they just going to go for this? I guess they are. I mean, they have pistols, so looks like they want that B execute.
Yeah, after such a slow round in the previous, maybe they will go for the surprise again. They've been doing that all throughout these 5 maps. But that's a nice angle from Angel, which will afford him 1 kill. Dosia coming in for 2. And there's only Sentrez and Zevez left. Sentrez pushing B with a scout and making it work so far. That's the second kill he's going to get. Maybe he can find himself an upgrade. Zevez yet to find a rifle either. So going to have the Heat and Polly set up with a Tech 9 and a scout. With 2 flashes, a smoke and a molly for LGB. As they face the larger numbers of the HellRaisers side. So the nade starts to come in. There's a pop flash avoided by kUcheR. And the CTs are setting up for these angles. Can Zevez even get this molly out in time? He's going to get heavily tagged, and that's going to be that. 9-6, unless we have more serious issues with the flames.
Oh no! Okay, they're good. The funny thing is that the scout is probably one of the worst weapons to have to like hold B with,
or even push B.
Or even push B with. Yeah, I mean, the scout's really good in a lot of situations, but that's probably one of the weakest ones.
One of the last ones on the list.
Yeah, pretty much. But he actually got 2 frags with it, so respect. But 9-6 and also respect for HellRaisers for recomposing and putting themselves back into that one. Of course, I mean, as we can see here, we got 4 rounds where the bomb exploded. And when the bomb explodes, of course, when you get the round win because of the explosion, that actually gives you more money than winning by elimination. Then a couple of defuses, meaning that they got the bomb down in both of those rounds, which means that they kept getting the money. So they had such a sick spree of rounds, did LGB. And it wasn't until much later when we saw anything happening on HellRaisers' side, but they did get the last 4, as we can see. So moving into this CT half for LGB, you got to wonder if they can close this one, because HellRaisers won't be too shabby, I wouldn't expect, on their T sides. They'll have more rehearsal likely than LGB did. T side is going to be the harder side to deal with, unless you get a really sick economical situation. So I do wonder here, because historically, LGB, they falter on the CT sides. Oh, the shoes are off again, James. They're running in socks.
Yeah, they're just gliding all over the place. We're got those Back to the Future skateboards. It's floating on air. Early damage done to Polly, but
retake.
Not much else going on apart from the fact that they are playing for the A retake. Was spotted. All right. Captain down of House Capadia. Capadia,
please.
Plastic.
Yes.
Got to say it once a day. All right. So, I love all the slow rounds on Inferno. Love them. So much to talk about during this time, Dan. Such as the fact that almost no one is moving. Nobody's making any noise. No one's firing any guns. Preemptive pop flash there from the CTs. Most action we've seen in the last 25 seconds, but here comes the push from HellRaisers, the semi-blind HellRaisers, the bats coming into the layer of LGB, and so far it is LGB winning most of these duels, and it's going to be down to Dosia, who's effectively having to fake the plant because there are too many guns to contend with. Wants to fin the numbers, will not be able to do so. Centra is finding the final frag, putting LGB on double figures.
Yeah, it's actually rare that you see a retake on this map, because even holding the, even retaking into A is actually really hard, because some of the positions defensively are so strong, like Pit, for example. You know, this can be really awkward with pistols. You never know what's going to happen. So crazy that they went for that, but it worked out super well. HellRaisers went for the B play regardless. They didn't spot anything or get any info first, and yeah, just a gamble that went the way of LGB. So 10-6. This is map number 5. If you are just joining us here on FACEIT TV, this is a qualification match for DreamHack. So, will we see HellRaisers with the pistol armor, the Tech 9 armor, actually pulling this one off? We have, of course, some apartments control for them. And they can turn this into quite a nice push onto A. There's only 2 players who are in the pits. If they swarm them, with the right grenades, you never know what can happen. It's just madness.
Good luck trying to swarm a P90 being held by RUBINO. That's not going to be easy, but it's in fact him holding the support role onto the quad area, and there it is. Centric's getting a second kill now, and RUBINO cleaning up the remainder with that P90. So only Polly going down, he was carrying an MP7, which no one's going to be too worried about. And LGB with a strong start on the CT side, you have to favour. Although, the buy round is coming soon here from HellRaisers, and we will have to see what they have in store for the Norwegians. 5 Glocks, I would be surprised if they could even get a plant in this round, but we'll have to wait and see what they can do.
Yeah, it's just about running and dying, James. That's what it is. It's an expression of our brief
time on this world.
Yes.
Angel went back to T-spawn and bought a P250 after those nades from the CTs came in.
Fleeting nature of existence is being experienced right now by HellRaisers. These blocks getting sprayed down one after another, and that will be that. AK is coming out now though for HellRaisers. What are they going to do with this? Are we going to get the buy from LGB? Are they going to stick on the P90? The P90 has been staying out for so... And the MP7 for a lot of people actually.
And the Mac-10 on the T side for LGB. That was rocking for far too long.
Yeah.
It's like that one guy on the dance floor who just refuses to give up. Or something.
That would be me.
I haven't seen this in its full form yet. But one day, I've heard the rumours. So, it's LGB with only one person down towards the B bomb sites at the moment. And there is a smoke down there, which would explain why he's the only one down. Banana trying to find an angle, but he's got to be careful that it's HellRaisers who don't find the angle, as if he gets shot through this smoke, we may see a fast push indeed. Zevez needs to get his smoke down, but Angel seems to have an inkling as to where he is, and Zevez will back off and concede the area. And that smoke is not where it's supposed to be.
So probably going to spot a few players here, baiting heavily for the player in the cubby area there. And I think it's who is that in there? Who's in that spot? It is, I think, jkaem actually. Yeah, it's jkaem in the spot here. So mad bait for him. They might not expect him to be there. Polly shows himself again, but he's actually going to rotate back towards B. It's 35 seconds. A committed play will come either way now. They don't have the info. They don't have the pop flashes, but there actually is a pop flash, just like I say that. And jkaem goes to the peak, and Dosia was not blind at all. Is going to eliminate jkaem. So they've got control of Arch, but they've got 20 seconds left to plant. This is getting a bit too risky at the moment. They've got to get the bomb down. It's dropped immediately. They have to deal with the players on pit now to get the bomb planted. There's no smokes to aid the push, and there's 10 seconds left to plant the bomb. And in comes Polly from the back with the P90, and he's going to be swinging that through onto the next round as well. That was a...
He's picked up the AK instead, which I can understand, as fun as a P90 might be.
But James, that play was had a lot of delay to it, and it forced their hands into some hard spots with no nades. Definitely a round to lament. So HellRaisers go forward. They're on only 6 rounds still, yet to claim one. Need the eco out here. They didn't even get the bomb down actually. Had they got the bomb down, they may even consider. They didn't have done enough damage, I guess, but yeah, we have them getting cleaned up slowly but surely, and probably thinking about what they're going to do on that buy rounds that's to follow this one.
You can see the CTs pressing the advantage with the pop flashes down Banana to find that one frag on the play there. Dosia and AdreN. Only plays remaining here for HellRaisers. AdreN in the apps with the bomb, but waiting for him are 3 Norwegians with big guns. Big dudes, big guns, big plans. Big shots to the face. LGB have a massive lead, and they are 2 away from the final map in this best of 5.
From qualifying.
From qualifying for DreamHack. And HellRaisers are 8 rounds away on the T side, the less favoured side, the side where they have not shown as much execution as we would have liked.
From qualifying with 2 stand-ins, we can't really emphasize this enough. That's a huge deal for them.
Yeah.
They're going to have to buy those guys many a beer, and they're going to go for that aggressive banana play, setting fire to the entire corridor, as it will be fragged dead onto Angel, but onto sentries as well. So 1 apiece, As we get the movement here. This is dangerous. There's nobody in pit or the balcony here. If they drop in, the players on quad are going to get completely sandwiched. We have RUBINO, who is by library side. He's going to start moving in now to help out as kUcheR goes in. Takes down Polly. The trade is real, though, from RUBINO. Over on the bomb site. And he's looking towards apps here. Looking for the shots. Runs out of bullets. That's an opportunity that, well, jkaem could maybe take advantage of. If they try to push his position, he has got the cover. This is a deadly spot. What an angle there. Found onto Mo. He's going to reposition and leave things up to Dosia here. zevez looking for the finishing blows, and that's what he's going to find. Match point, series point, qualification point for LGB Esports. HellRaisers in a very tough spot at the moment. Do you feel like their morale is being compromised, James?
I don't know, but should they lose this soon, they have another best of 3 to play in 10 minutes, so there's no time to... No time for any of that, for lack of a better phrase. And it's not a good start either. They've lost the player they had to lurk on Banana. Angel has been shot in the face. It's a closed casket funeral for him. So what do Dosia have? What do Dosia and the team have remaining with the 4 players they have? AdreN gonna take down Sentries actually, who was in the apps area. So at least they have that, but we have Jake pushing down the B banana area, where you can presume there is a smoke. Indeed there is. He, however, does not have a smoke, so once this goes away, things may open up once again for HellRaisers. The bomb is moving up second mid, but Dosia's moving down mid, heading towards banana as he looks for some kind of option there. And I think it's been re-smoked from elsewhere. We do have a player in CT spawn, I think is that Polly? I think it's Polly, yeah. So I presume that maybe he re-smoked it.
Yeah, just got freshly re-smoked, so banana is basically not an option here. This is a really...
Look at the time, Dan. There's 23 seconds.
Yeah, that smoke was thrown at 35, and it popped around 30 probably. And you know, a bit of a lag there as Dosia will get the entry onto jkaem. But as you said, 13 seconds, 12 seconds, 11 seconds as they move in for the plant here. Mo's got to go for it straight away. Going to start the plant. Do they take him out in time? Looks like they won't. The bomb will go down. We have zevez in a 1-on-2 at the moment. 11 HP, but a medic is required also for Mo and AdreN here, who are slowly dying of their wounds. But before they die, before they go down, they will have this bomb explode. They will have this round be won, as zevez will slowly creep in, looking for the first frag, looking for the opening, the angle that could change it all. But it's going to be AdreN who will give himself to zevez. You're now going to charge on in. Where is the next player? Has no idea. So many spots to check. Not even enough time to defuse. And it's going to be the round won by HellRaisers. But again, bittersweet victory. Small consolation for the massive task that lies ahead.
Look at all the money on the LGB side. This is going to be a non-issue for them, whereas HellRaisers are limited once again. You can see AdreN, kUcheR, Mo, no nades. Dosia, 1 nade. Angel, no rifle. They're going to need something special or sheer luck to make it through this particular round. Again, LGB taking control of banana, this time with 3 players. RUBINO rotating back towards A already, as zevez might soon do the same. Actually, zevez has been the man hanging around, so I guess Jake would be the one to rotate. Indeed, it will be zevez to remain on B as the push comes in towards A. They are falling like flies at the moment, being swatted out of the air by the Norwegian players. Dosia versus Norway to keep his team in it, and he will not be able to do it. LGB will head towards DreamHack.
Absolutely. Congratulations to them. But as you said, HellRaisers have to quickly to put their mind to other things. They need to think about their next matchup, which I believe is going to be against Mouse Sports. It is
indeed. Another qualifier, I believe.
Indeed. So, okay. Maybe they'll have better luck in that series, but definitely this didn't feel like a good day of HellRaisers. It felt like they're having a bit of trouble today. We've seen some inconsistency in them. We saw them play against Titan recently. I think I casted that with you, and that was an awesome match. They played really, really, really well, but they're having trouble finding the average between this up and down recently. But we can see how much skill is on that team. But today, LGB with 2 stand-ins will make it happen. And, well, guys, we need to set up for the next game. So thank you for watching. We'll still be live. We'll still be live with an extra best of 3. So stay tuned for that here on FACEIT TV. We'll see you after the break.